Published 2013 EDT, the 29th of August 2017. Updated 2013 EDT, the 29th of August 2017. As an avid fan of social media, Patrick Roberts' summer of uncertainty was never likely to be spent alone. The fans were tweeting me every day, asking me to come back. He smiled. My Twitter timeline froze at times. It's a privilege and honor for me that they wanted me that much. Patrick Roberts is delighted to be back at Parkhead and playing for Celtic. Them promised to do certain things if I signed, and I really hope they do. Such vows included the predictable, the preposterous and the downright insane. If the pledge to have Roberts' face tattooed on various body parts was hardly a fresh negotiating tool, the bright spark who first tweeted a photo of his dear mother being held hostage in a cage, only to be freed if the winger resigned, did not go unnoticed. I think that was tweeted a few times. Roberts laughed. I wondered if they had the same granny. Roberts admits that fan pressure did account for something in his move back north. Pressure from more familiar sources also helped sway his decision. Kieran, tierney, Mr. Celtic as Roberts calls him, never gave the Englishman a moment's peace from the minute last season concluded on such a historical note. The fullback's delight and surprise upon learning that his close friend had indeed signed on the dotted line again on Monday seemed entirely genuine. I was talking to Kieran every day and he was asking me what was going on, Roberts explained. I couldn't really tell him much until it was sorted on Monday night. He was happy for me. He says his friend Kieran Tierney influenced his decision to join the Scottish giant. She was with Scotland at Mar Hall, so I FaceTimed him while my dad went down to Sauchiehall Hall Street to get me a Nando's. I was making him a little bit jealous with that, but I will see him when he's back from international duty. It's already been quite a homecoming. Outside Celtic Park on Tuesday evening, around 200 supporters gathered in the sunshine to greet a player who's been with them since January of last year. Taking his time to sign number 7 jerseys already emblazoned with his name, the little man from London's affection for everything about the Glasgow Giants was abundantly clear. "We'll have to wait and see what I can offer," he said. "But I just want to repay the fans on the pitch for the belief they have put in me." The fans were delighted to see him at his official unveiling on Tuesday. He want to excite them. They pay good money to watch us play. What they deserve is for us to play attractive football, score lots of goals and play well. We'll see what the season holds, but I just hope to bring them a lot of joy and obviously a lot of wins as well. In the weeks immediately following the completion of the treble, the prospect of Roberts returning to Celtic looked close to nil. In keeping with Manchester City's policy of farming the kids out at different clubs in consecutive seasons, the 20-year-old was offered Nice, Girona or Southampton. Not once did he waver from his original standpoint. Celtic would be where he would develop to the highest degree. "It's been a strange summer, but I'm just buzzing to be back here," Roberts continued. Supporters took photographs with Roberts after all the paperwork had been complete. He had to be positive at City during pre-season. Most players will tell you it's a tough squad to play in. At times it can be horrible, but you have to think about your own development. Coming back here was in my best interests. That's what I thought was right. Pep Guardiola was good with me. He is a massive manager in charge of a massive team. Speaking to him, he wants me to improve as a player and get better with every game. He didn't want City to get Celtic in the Champions League again, but he knows it's good for me to play in it. If Roberts first arrived at Celtic Park as a relative unknown, he returns as a bona fide star. He took time to sign the shirts of supporters that had his name off the back, trusted with the same jersey worn by Kenny Dalglish, Henrik Larsson and Jimmy Johnston. The player views the number on his back as an inspiration rather than a burden. "I know it's just a number, but it's more than that for me and these fans," he said. "I took that into consideration. I know what it means to the club. For me, taking it, I want to do my very best to succeed the legends that have worn it in the past. I'm a bit too young for Jinky, but I've seen lots of Henrik on DVD and the amount of goals he scored, especially in Europe. You could see the ability he had. He's a king up here, and it's an honor to wear the same shirt that helps worn." Roberts takes time on the pitch as the photographers get all of the necessary shots. "Kenny was my dad's favorite player when he wore number 7 for Liverpool, so no pressure then. I'm just proud to play for this team, just like those legends." No one who has seen Roberts in full flow would doubt for a second that such an honor will distract him. now regularly betraying the reasons why City shelled out an 8-figure sum to Fulham for his services. His high school temperament seems almost unnatural for one so young. Once I get on the pitch my mindset changes, he explained. I just love playing football. I've been doing it for years and nothing can faze me, really. I enjoy it and I want the others around me to enjoy it. That's what I've come here to do, and I'm at a club where I know I can do that. I feel happy here, and if the club and the fans are happy as well, that's all I can ask for. Last season ticked just about every box imaginable. If there was one lingering regret one had dearly loved to put right, scoring against Rangers is probably N. Then it was back outside again for a few more photographs with those who had waited for him. You know how people take it up here, and to score against them you go down in the history books, he said. We did a lot last year with the 51 games and they were special to the fans and to us. To repeat that would be immense, and it wouldn't be too bad to nick a goal as well. His resigning will increase expectations that Celtic's second successive tilt at the Champions League will prove more than just another learning curve. Paris Saint-Germain and Bayern Munich are UEFA's aristocracy. Only a fool would ignore Anderlecht's pedigree down the years. Roberts, though, sees only grounds for optimism. If you want to go far you'll have to play these teams at some point, he said. To get them in the group stages is good for the fans, the club and for us. There are 3 top sides in there and they won't enjoy coming to Celtic Park under the lights. It will be intimidating for them. Hopefully we can use that to our advantage. Being competitive in that environment is perhaps the best Celtic can hope for. Domestically, the bar is set far higher. Last year, with Roberts on board, it was pinned at an impossibly high mark. To go one campaign undefeated was historic. Doing it again would lurch into miraculous territory. Well, we've won the first game and haven't lost since, Roberts added. We had that belief last year. You never know what can happen this season. Obviously there might be blips here and there, but last season we kept strong and focused. That was down to the manager. He'll be the same this year, perhaps even more determined. We'll be right at it throughout the season.